What up? It's your boy Mo Beats. How you guys doing? It's been a minute since I have did anything on my channel. Man, I keep saying that I'm going to be consistent, but man, life just gets in the way. But I am going to try my best to at least do one video once a week, man. I am going to try. I am going to try. I am going to try. I hope you guys have been well. Hope y'all have been doing good. It's almost summertime, and this time runs by so quick these days. So on today, I want to share something with you guys that I think God has been, I believe God has been putting on my heart. I have been procrastinating with it. I just wasn't sure on, if I was comfortable enough to let you guys in on, one of my insecurities. I just was prolonging it, and every day I would hear God say, man, I need you to do this. I need you to do it. Other people need to be helped. It ain't about you. I need to use your insecurity to be able to encourage someone else, right? So a while back, maybe about a month ago, I was giving a friend a ride home. And he mentioned to me, he was like, man, I want to do this podcast. And, I got all these ideas that I want to do. He said, but man, one of the things that have been hindering me of doing it is my teeth. He was like, man, I don't have my front teeth, so I'm very insecure of that. And as I'm driving, I'm just like, wow. It's something how we allow things that we are not secure in or secure in ourselves, whether it's our features, our body, or, just being shy of being in front of a camera or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It's something how things in our lives hinders us from impacting hopefully somebody else's life, right? So when we was driving, I was like, man, I said, bro, I feel you, man. I said, but man, if it's God, he's going to hold you accountable for not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And as I was going home and even the next day, I was just thinking about myself. And people see me on my videos and stuff. And, I have a lot of videos on my Instagram and on YouTube and when I was working for Machine Masters and stuff. But something that maybe some may have caught and some maybe not, you know what I'm saying? Maybe some people wasn't, it wasn't, it wasn't even a thought. But one of the things that I'm insecure with, keep in mind, I'm already an introvert. I'm already a hermit, right? And most producers, most artists, we are introverts. We like to be in our own little space. If we can eat, sleep, work, do everything in this space and not have to leave, we would do that. But sometimes a lot of that introvertness is hidden, there's something hidden behind us being introverts. So I've never talked about this on camera. One of the things that I struggle with, one of the insecurities, and something that happened to me when I was a kid, I was in a bad car accident when I was about maybe around 6 or 7 years old, right? So let me just paint the picture. I'm learning how to ride a bike. I had a Baja bike. The Baja bikes was the bikes with the big wheels. We call them mountain bikes these days. It had the big wheels on it, and I was on training wheels, right? And we used to stay in these apartment complex. Stayed in this apartment complex back in Memphis, and I'm learning how to ride, and I'm trying to keep up with all the older kids in the neighborhood and stuff, and they racing, and they zoom, zoom, just all up through the apartment complex. And what happened, they had a car that was coming out of the apartments, headed out, to the street. Maybe she wasn't paying attention or, something. She was speeding. Now, keep in mind, it was in the 80s, so there wasn't no cell phones and none of that. So something that she was doing was distracted her, right? I didn't see her and she didn't see me. And she had to be doing maybe about, if I'm a guesstimate, probably about 30, 35 miles per hour, which is pretty fast in an apartment complex, right? So she coming and she hit me. Pow! And when I fell off my bike, my head landed between the speed bumper and the front tire, right? So picture, this is the speed bump, this is the car. I'm in between, my head is on the speed bump and the tire is against my head. If she'd have drove a little more, she'd have crushed my head, right? Total miracle that I'm still here. And I can remember my dad, he was outside, he must was doing some work on his van, and they was hollering, and I remember him running down. Well, I know he had to run down, but I remember him picking me up and running me back to the car and then rushing me to the hospital, right? And they brought me to the hospital. Only thing I ended up having was some stitches. I had to get some stitches on the side of my head. And I think my face was pretty swollen and stuff, but nothing major, to say the least. Praise God. Thank the Lord. But as time went on, I created this like twitch, right? And it's not Tourette's or anything, but it's just like this, it's like this twitch. I'm kind of doing it now, but I'm just kind of like controlling it. But I created this twitch when I was a kid, and it would just happen, right? And then I know it would like strike up or get worse when I'm maybe nervous or anything. But I had this twitch. We didn't really pay attention to it as a kid. I didn't really bring it up to my mom by that time. I ended up having the twitch to maybe about 15, 16. And then it stopped. I went through high school. I don't remember having the twitch when I was in high school. No, actually, I didn't have the twitch all the way up to maybe like 16, all the way up to maybe 20, 21. Then at the age around 22, 23, in my adulthood, that's when the twitch come back, right? So, started trying to go to going to doctors and trying to find out some things. And like I said, it wasn't like a Tourette's or anything, but it was just like this twitch, and the medicine that they was giving me, man, it would just like, it would put me to sleep, like it would make me a zombie, and that wasn't any good for me, because at that time I was driving trucks, you know what I'm saying? So there's no way I was going to be able to be on that medicine and be driving any kind of vehicle for that matter. I ended up, just getting off the medicine, really couldn't find anything, I didn't have the insurance to be able to actually go to a neurologist, which that's what they want to send me. So it's just kind of been one of them things that, I've just been having from that time. Like when you see my videos, for those that follow me, you see my videos and making beats and stuff, and even videos in the past, you don't see those things because I edit those parts out, you know what I'm saying? I edit those twitchings out, Even when I was working for Machine Masters, doing videos every week, you know what I'm saying? I just was good at editing when I have like that, when I'm, if I'm trying to figure out a sample, and I just go into, I just start twitching and stuff. So that's been one of those things. And when I was dropping my homeboy off, I was just thinking about, what he was saying. And I was just like, man, God. Now, granted, we have these things, we have these flaws that we think are flaws about ourselves, right? And then we live in this social media society where you don't want your insecurity or whatever your flaw is to be the distraction of what you're trying to get across, right? So as I'm driving, I'm just like, man, I wonder if that's going to hold weight, you know what I'm saying, when, we have to stand before God and he start, telling us about all the, okay, I gave you all these gifts, I gave you these gifts and talents, but you chose not to do them because you thought this about yourself, or you thought that about yourself. And then, I'm even thinking about the story in Matthew's chapter 24, where, Jesus he was given a parable about the three men with talents. One man had one, another had two, and another had five, I believe. The man with the 5 talents, he doubled his, you know what I'm saying? He used them, he didn't allow his insecurities, and maybe he didn't have none. Maybe he, since he had 5, maybe he was he was fully confident in who he was, you know what I'm saying? And, he was just like, I'm going for it. The man with the 2, maybe he had some insecurities and he worked through them, he pressed through them, because he knew the most important thing is to be able to use his gifts regardless to whatever circumstances and situations he got going on. right? And then you got the man that had the one that said, you know what, man, ain't no way I can get in front of a camera now with my teeth looking like this. Man, ain't no way I can do this, man. I ain't gonna be twitching all over the place. And I'm just, I'm doing it, but I'm trying to just make light of it. But you just think about that. How many times have we been sitting on certain things and not doing things because of something that we think that we lack or not confident in, and all these things, which in a sense is justifiable, but at the same time is still an excuse of not using your gifts and whatever God has called you to do, right? I just felt I just wanted to do this video. Want to share with you guys on, like I say, you don't see him in the edits, you don't see him in the videos, but I edit them out. But I guess I would look at myself as maybe the guy with the two talents, you know what I'm saying? Regardless to me having this nervous twitch that I've been having, from a kid, you know what I'm saying? I still press through no matter what. But still at the same time, still got the insecurity because I'm trying to make sure I edit it right so you don't catch them on it. They be like, man, what's up with Marv, man? What are you on, drug? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with him? He twitching over there and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But I would rather be the man with the two than the man with the one and didn't do anything. Because, again, regardless to whatever the flaws we think that we have, that's still a gift that you possess that was given to you, was given to us from birth, that we are required to use. And man, I'm, even that I'm, even being transparent in where I'm at, hopefully this would encourage somebody to be like, you know what? Hey man, that's something how I've been allowing, things, this one thing that I don't like about myself, to not get in front of a camera. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you might not think you look attractive, or, and I don't really worry about that because, look, as long as I look good to my wife, I'm cool. So that ain't never been my thing, you know what I'm saying? But that may be your thing. Maybe some young ladies out there that may be like, man, I don't, I feel ugly. You know what I'm saying? Or, you might have somebody, say, hey, man, I'm a little too fat or overweight to get in front of a camera, but yet you have this God-given gift was given to you and was meant for you to use it. I just don't know if that'll hold weight for us when we have to stand before the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And he might be like, man, look, man, yeah. You did good in this area. You know what I'm saying? That's cool, but I really wanted you to use this because this part of your life that you thought that wasn't worth anything, or because you struggle and is a hindrance to you, it could be freedom to somebody else. So with all that being said, my name is Marv from Beats, and I have a Twitch that I had from a kid from a car accident. And I hope that whoever's watching this can be encouraged, feel like, you know what, I can't do it. And know this, in Psalms, God said that we are fearfully and wonderfully made. God made us in his image, and you have to believe that about yourself. That should be motivation. Be like, you know what? Let me do what I need to do. And again, you got to start somewhere. Some people just don't start because of this insecurity that they may have about themselves. But I just want to encourage you today to, you know what? It don't even matter. Somebody else may need my insecurity to get freedom. So for those that are introverts and those that haven't been getting behind the camera, doing whatever gift that you have, whether if it's music, whether if it's cooking, tutorials, or whatever the case may be. Now is the time to overcome that insecurity monster. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. He has given you a gift. You possess a gift, a unique gift that he has given you, that he's requiring you to use. It was already set up from when you was in your mama womb to use that particular gift. And it's time to use it. So to all my fellow introverts, it's time to come out the hole. It's time to get to the business. It's time to help other people. Man, I would love to hear you guys' thoughts. I would love to hear what insecurities you may have that may have caused you to not pursue what you know you should be pursuing. Hey, and look, you're not alone, man. People look at me. People know me as a producer and doing an iPad and admire the gifts and stuff, and I praise God for that. I give God glory, but I have my insecurities, you know what I'm saying? And I have to work through them. So I'm telling you, I'm encouraging you to work through your insecurities. And you know what? It'll get to the place where it don't even bother you no more. And and maybe going forward, I may not take them. I may not take, the moments when I'm, having this Twitch episode out the videos. I may just leave them. You know what I'm saying? And I may not. But one thing I know for sure, I have to be able to use the gifts God has given me. And to be in front of a camera is something that he has allowed me to do. And I've been doing it for a long time. And just want to let you know that it's okay. And it's time to get to the business. All right? Hope this has blessed you guys. Like I said, man, let me know your thoughts in the comments. And again, please pray for a brother. I'm going to try my best to be more consistent on doing the video, at least once a week, whether it's maybe talking about something, some more beat videos, tutorials and stuff. I got some stuff that I want some ideas that I want to be working on. So I pray that I can be consistent in it and just to be able to bring more to the channel. All right. If you need beats, if you need for my artists that may be watching, if you need beats, check out my website www.morphomobeats.com. If for my producers, if you need drum kits, you need sample kits, holla at your boy. I got you. That's also on the website morphomobeats.com. I'm gonna get out of here. Talk to you guys soon. Grace and peace.